Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trinity Continuum Assassins one-on-one shots, where we do a one-shot of a game of Trinity Assassins, and usually the person doesn't know how to play Trinity Continuum or Story Path at all. Sometimes they do. In this case, we are bringing in Kenny, and I will let him do his introduction.
Howdy, folks. I do not know how to do Trinity Continuum. I have read about a third of the book, so this is going to be fun. Usually, I'm a Changeling the Lost kind of guy. I run. I actually run a show on here, Viva Las Vegas, every Sunday at 9 p.m. Excuse me, every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I will be playing uh, Constantine Romano, the Olympic gymnast turned cat burglar tonight.
Awesome. I'm excited for that. And can you, for the audience at home, what is the society that you were playing?
My society path is the Krugu Vorov. I hope I did not butcher that.
I will. I hope not as well. I may do a Russian accent at some point because they are a Russian assassin group, Russian mob. Think John Wick if you've seen those movies. Uh, so where would you think that your character would spend their day? Where would they be like getting their basically getting contacted at?
Looking at my character and the kind of things he has access to, probably he's putting together uh, a kit at a safe house, an
Okay.
apartment or hotel room.
Okay. And your safe house is, we'll say, is it a hotel room in New York City? You have what is known as a Hotel Asilia. Hotel Asilias are where assassins get all their equipment from a group known as the Service. The Service are essentially your fixers for a lot of things. They take everything in. They get you your equipment and they exchange it for gold coins. These gold coins are basically your form of currency in the assassin world. You don't use money, you use gold coins. You need a high powered rifle, that is a set number of gold coins. You need a drink, it's one gold coin for a drink, regardless of what type it is. So get the expensive stuff. Um, but from there, we've got you are also going to get basically a knock on your door and a envelope sent underneath it through the little crack under the door, a red envelope, as it were.
Constantine immediately notices the envelope, uh, cocks an eyebrow, gives a half smile, and heads over to pick it up.
The envelope reads, "Please, at your earliest convenience, arrive at the smoking room on the I was gonna say concierge floor, but we'll just say in the on the first floor, and it has a room number for you to go to. Private room set up. A job has been requested, and your services are required."
Well, looks like I know exactly where to go. I pack my last couple things, make sure that I've got my wakizashi some in my bag, uh, at hand but not visible. Uh, and since I don't have a vehicle, it's time to go call a cab.
Oh well, you're in the hotel room, as it were, so you could just go down the elevator.
This hotel.
This hotel.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty. In that case, I'm gonna go down that elevator. Uh,
You are immediately ushered into a private smoking room with a fireplace set up, a bunch of like books on a bookshelf set to the side, and a little TV sort of inlaid in a ornate frame. Normally it would be showing some sort of like fancy picture or some painting up there, but at the moment it is counting down to your debrief, your briefing from one of the fixers, essentially. The the voice says, "Hello, you have been chosen for this particular mission as it is in the utmost importance, and we believe that you will be able to take on this endeavor. We have located a man who has been known in many circles," and it shows up a picture of this man who's got sort of like pale, gaunt features, no hair to speak of, though he has these weird like markings on his skin that it seems as though his skin is cracking a little bit. And they say, this person, we have no idea who their identity was initially, but we have since been calling them John Doe for convenience sake. They, however, go by the name of Viper. He he has a weird propensity for genetic research, as it were. He has seemed to have focused a lot of effort into mapping the snake genome. Now, this in and of itself would be no issue, but it seems that he is planning to sell a lot of this information to a bunch of organizations across the globe. And his research is in gene splicing with humans. Now, the client wishes for this to not go to the public at all, not to for it to even reach any clandestine operations by any governments. However, they have also wished to make it look most like an accident as possible before Viper goes public with this information. In doing so, you will get a hefty bonus. Viper himself is only in the country for a short time period. You have all the necessities, the luxuries of Hotel Asilia to help you plan your assassination of this target. Please use your time wisely, as there is not a lot left. And they will print out a little dossier of stuff that they know, stuff that you would need to know about Viper. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We can have you roll some investigation stuff if you need to, if it's something important, something crazy that you need to know, but otherwise you are now free to go wherever you please.
Okay, so if I'm gonna kill this guy, I need while making it look like an accident, I'm gonna need to know some stuff about his routine. Is there anything about that in the dossier?
Yes, you do have a bit of information about where he is currently staying, though it does say that he is not always there, not present consistently enough. Though if there's any information about what his plans are for the day or anything like that, it'll probably be there. It appears that he has taken out a hotel room in downtown New York, so you could start there.
All right, and I'm going to take a moment to read through any more detailed information that, like, if there's, like, if I should be expecting any bodyguards, or if he has any particular signature weapons that I should be on the lookout for, or anything like that.
Uh, roll me, and now I need to remember all the skills for this. What skills, what skill or attribute do you think would be best for sort of like identifying weaknesses?
Let's see. Considering that I am trying to formulate a plan to kill this guy, I'm gonna pitch larceny plus intellect.
Go right ahead. I'll let you use that.
Alrighty.
Okay, I've got my character sheet in front of me. Lesson for all the storytellers, story guides out there: always have a character sheet in front of you so you know the skills.
Alrighty. I got one success, a 10.
A10.
This game has 10 again.
It does. Well, you can explode it.
Alright. Alright, that one was a failure.
Okay.
It was just the one success.
That's good. We got one success. So it means basically you've got enough information to essentially tell that this guy does have some genetic modifications as well to himself. You could probably expect something along the lines of some sort of increased dexterity, maybe has some sort of way of either like crushing or maybe even maybe they have venom in their teeth, so they might bite you if you get close. As far as the security detail goes, they don't have a security detail normally, but they sometimes will go to locations that are heavily secure.
Okay. Okay, so what it sounds like here is I absolutely do not want this guy to know I'm there. If it comes down to a stand-up fight, he is likely some degree of superhuman.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, I'm going to want to put together some sort of trap in order to kill him accidentally. Uh, in the dossier, did it mention any weaknesses like bad eyesight, deafness, anything like that?
It did not mention it. No.
All right, well, I'm going to have to do some info gathering on the ground then. So, uh, you mentioned that there might be some resources here for me to use. Anything like piano wire, uh, oil for slick, things like that.
Yep. You can.
Poison.
Oh, definitely. You can grab as much of that stuff as you want. If you want to put a list down or something, you can send it my way. If you want poison, piano wire, and stuff like that, you can. Um, and if you want to, like, maybe hire an information broker to try and get more detailed information, you can try and do that.
All right, what would I need to do to hire an information broker?
I think I would say, give me like a presence cunning, a presence persuasion or command. Maybe give a little bit. You could toss in some culture or something. Maybe just some, or integrity even works. I'm throwing a lot of stuff out there because I'm just sort of like, maybe you know this person, maybe you have a good rapport with them, but maybe the information broker is just not in a good mood today because they're overworked.
I'm gonna go with manipulation plus persuasion.
Yeah, go for it. And I will give you one complication, which means you need at least one success above a single one in order to essentially uh, avoid getting one piece of bad information from the information broker.
Alrighty, well, I got one success.
Okay, so you will get three pieces of information, one of which is going to be that he is cold blooded. Another one is that he is has a poor eyesight, and another one that is basically essentially that he is got the God, what was it? I'm trying to think. I think sensitivity to sound, to loud sounds.
All right. So poor eyesight, sound sensitivity, and what was the third one?
Loud sounds. So if there's if like a
Cold-blooded.
gunshot. Oh, cold blooded. Yeah, cold blooded.
All right. Well, I think this is about the best I can do in terms of preparation. I think it's time to get out in the field.
Okay. So gonna hit the guy's hotel room.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to the hotel. Um, I'm gonna see if I can find a way to sneak in instead of going through the front door. A fire escape, drain pipe. Uh, actually, would it be okay if I brought like something that helped me climb, like a grappling hook?
Oh, totally. I'll give it to you for we'll say it gives you a +2 enhancement.
All right.
And I'm going to be keeping track of suspicion because that's something I wanted to test out in a session. I'll have suspicion level. And if you want to help Kenny be a little bit suspicious, just do the "Don't Be Suspicious" song in the chat. Uh, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Alrighty. Well, what I'm gonna do here, while being as unsuspicious as I can, I'm going to find an area that is as far away from prying eyes as possible. Perhaps even a nearby rooftop, if that's the best. And then I'm going to put this grappling hook to use. Dexterity plus athletics. Would my gymnastic specialty be applicable here?
Oh, so specialty works differently in this. So specialty works
Ah,
for every other stat besides the one it's in. So it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, you're making a knowledge check or something. Well, your specialty would be applied to the knowledge check, not the
fair enough.
yeah.
So athletics plus dexterity, is that good for this?
Yeah, I would say so.
Alrighty. 3 successes, one of which is a 10. All right, re-roll, and it came up 1, so that's a fail.
Okay, so how many successes in total?
3.
3. You managed to swing across and get onto the side of the building relatively easily. It seems like no one's looking up at you. It's if the shadow is protecting you at this moment. The shadow is a concept that many people have confusion with, and I do too to some extent. It is basically a if it if you are an assassin, shadow is the world of the is like the sort of somebody else's problem field or perception filter that protects assassins from normal people. Usually, it's when you're in an area that no one can readily see. So if it's like you're in a back alley or something like that, that might be considered shadow. Hotel Asilia, complete shadow. If someone's trying from daylight is trying to track you down, so like a not a police officer, but like an investigator for Aeon Society or one of the like good organizations, they're not going to be able to find you. Uh, Hopefully that's easy to to quantify, I guess. But in any case, you're at the side of the building. You do have an idea of where his room is, and as you're getting closer and closer to it, um, roll me. There's got to be something that's like a perception check, so like a wit or cunning. Oh, cunning plus larceny. Roll me cunning plus larceny.
Alrighty. Cunning plus larceny. Zero successes.
Oh, zero successes. Okay. So that would be a failure. And one of the things with the Trinity Continuum core rules, and I'm looking it up right now, is that upon failure, you can upgrade it to a like what would be in Chronicles of Darkness a dramatic failure, but it's called something else. Um, but so there's a resource called Momentum, and you start out with it. You get two of it, but as you do failures, you gain more. So we're gonna go from 2 momentum to 3, and you can get 4 if you decide to upgrade the failure. I'm just trying to find where the thing is here for that failure. Constellation is a helpful but minor side effect of failure. Constellation can include unexpected but useful information, a minor enhancement, and such things. Thought there was a botch, but I'm quickly being like, oh yeah, if the player botch, the only constellation they can receive is 2 momentum. What is it? Botches occur when the dice pool provides 0 successes and at least 1 die landed on one. Was 1 die a 1?
No.
Okay, so you didn't botch. So you get 1 momentum, and you are going to open up the window and sort of dive through. And as you are getting up, like brushing yourself off, being like, that was a cool stunt I just did, um, you're going to see underneath the window is a small device with a red light. It seems to be part of the hotel's like premium service, quote unquote, that they provide to special guests. It seems like someone knows a window has been opened here and that the security alarm has gone. So you have a very limited window of scanning this room for clues.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do, take a look around. Anything? What do I see in this room?
You see suitcase. There's some clothes that are up in the closet. Additionally, you see stuff like various notebooks strewn about haphazardly across the desk, a tablet, a laptop, and even like a smartphone that is set up there.
First things first. I'm going to steal all the technology.
Okay. Roll me. So you can just take that stuff, but it's going to be a little bit difficult with all three of them. So I will say, like, you can put it in your backpack, but getting out, there might be a complication of accidentally damaging one of them.
Fair enough. Uh, does it seem like I have more time, or should I dive through the window now?
I would say you probably have enough to do one more roll before they're arriving.
I'm going to check the suitcase.
Okay, roll me another cunning plus larceny or something that you would think would work for rummaging through someone's bag looking for important details. Larceny is always a good stat. Enigmas or technology, maybe, if you're looking for more of that stuff.
I think I'll go with cunning plus enigmas.
Okay, go for it.
Um, since here I am trying to do things quickly and deftly, would I be able to put my gymnastic specialty to use here?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right. Dice pool of 6. Let her rip. 1 success.
1 success. Okay, so you're going to essentially find that the in the suitcase you do find what appear to be like contact lens case set up. It looks like it's empty right at the moment, but basically it seems like he is wearing contacts right now.
All right, I wouldn't happen to see any sort of food or beverages around here, would I?
You do find what appear to be in the bag. I'll say you find what appears to be like vacuum sealed rat carcasses, stuff that might be used for testing, or if you have some sort of pet that needs to eat mice.
All right, I'm going to take one of those rats and I'm going to scoot.
Okay. Roll me something athletically related to getting out of this hotel room in the nick of time.
All righty. That sounds like time for dexterity plus athletics again.
Okay.
All right, dice pool of 7. Two successes. One of I had a 10 that exploded for a 9.
You jump out of the window, hold onto a ledge right beneath the window as you hear, like, camera pans out. There's a, you see, there's a security guard who comes in, sticks their head, sees that the window is ajar. Says, ah, damn guests leaving the windows unlocked. Goes, looks outside, does a scan in front of them, doesn't look down, and then closes the window and latches it back up again.
All right. Phase 2. I'm gonna find somewhere quiet in order to poke into these devices.
Okay. Uh, you find yourself at what appears to be like you find yourself in a back alley, as it were, that no one's going down at the moment, and you're poking at electronics. You can use enigmas or technology. Enigmas is also used for hacking stuff, not just technology.
All right, I'm gonna roll cunning plus enigmas.
Okay, go right
That is
ahead.
a dice pool of 5.
I will say there is a complication of, we'll say, 1, just in case he has set up some sort of failsafe in case someone tries to access his phone. It will alert him that something suspicious is going on.
I rolled 1 success, which is a 10, so let me re-roll that. And that's an 8. 2 successes.
Through successes, you purchase off the complication and get access to the electronic device screens. Going through, a lot of this has information about his work, such as which genomes he's using. Inside one of the like systems, inside one of the things, it's like you see notes basically saying that this could cure rabies, but not something that we're interested in right now. Must make lizard army, and it you put you get further in and you see stuff like some of his notes on maintaining his appearance, maintaining his mutations that he's gone with. Specifically, you do see stuff along the lines of making sure like his it's like make sure around properly heated and stuff like that, where it says like just trying to avoid going into hibernation.
Any other medical information?
Let's see. I will have you roll me a. Is there a medical? Yeah, there is a medicine. Roll me intelligence and medicine.
I've got no medicine, so I think that's a straight 2 for my intellect, right?
Exactly. Yep. If you are also coming from Changeling the Lost, the one thing I love about Storypath is that it does not have the negatives for not being trained in something.
Nada. 0 successes.
0 successes? Nah, sorry. That information is unavailable to you at the moment.
any information in here regarding where he might actually currently be?
You do have a itinerary. A lot of it is stuff. It's not explicitly stated in a lot of the places, but for the moment, um, it says that he does have an appointment in a few about an hour to visit the Bronx Zoo.
Any more information on that? Like, is he going to a specific area of the zoo? I would guess the reptile house.
Might be a good guess, but I'd say it says for personal time, relaxation time, uh, mind palace, like inspiration, thinking time. Essentially, there is something later on for dinner. There is also basically after dinner. It says leave country, airplane, and it has a list of where he is going for that.
Anything about the dinner?
Let's see. I would say it seems like he is going for a specialty dinner in Chinatown. Let's say let's say French cuisine. They say three Michelin star restaurant that is near Central Park.
Hmm. I think my best chance is going to be at the zoo since it sounds like he's going to be alone there rather than a crowded restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to head out to the zoo.
We're going to the zoo. Um, head into the zoo. You're going to the zoo. We got it's pretty easy to get tickets to the zoo. It's not a particularly busy day on a weekday. Um, there are a lot of interesting things to go to. There's the gorilla exhibit. There's the reptile house, and of course, there is elephants. But you said you want to search for this guy.
Yeah, I think my best shot would be to look for him. Um, I don't want to attract too much suspicion. So, first things first, since I'm here as early as I can, I'm going to scope out the area and see if anything looks suspicious, like they're getting ready for a VIP.
Okay, roll me. You could use cunning in this. I would say larceny is fine, survival is fine. Um, so I go for it.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do cunning and larceny. All right, two successes, one's a 10. Oh, that's also a 9. I thought that was a 6. Uh, 8. Okay, so 4 successes total.
Four successes total. You do see that it appears that the zoo is not on high alert for any reason. There are some security guards, but it seems to be unrelated to the visitation. I will say you do get you overhear some conversation of someone saying that some doctor has come in. He's a friend of Doctor Jane Jones in the reptile house. Um, they say just be courteous and don't look at him weird and things like that. And someone's like, why would I look at him weird? It's like the guy has scleroderma, like has this weird skin condition. We just don't don't mention it.
All right. In that case, first things first. I'm going to see if I can find, say, a locker room or somewhere else I could acquire a guard uniform without having to unalive the guard.
Okay. Roll me cunning plus larceny on that, and I will give you a complication of one, where if you don't buy off the complication, you're going to have to take down a guard. Not kill them, but like hide a body type scenario. And if you want, you do have three momentum. I think it's going to be. I think it should be actually four because you did fail another roll. You can
Yeah,
spend
that's
that.
right.
You can spend that for extra enhancement.
Alrighty. Let's see. I want to ask, do I spend momentum to activate edges the same way I would a skill trick?
I don't believe. I don't. Unless it says otherwise. Something. I don't think anything requires momentum to be spent, but I do think some abilities do require inspiration to be spent.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
right now,
you have a mastery called Leshy, which allows you to spend an inspiration, and for the duration of your hunt, you disguise yourself as someone else. It can't be a
ooh,
specific person.
ooh. So would I be able to do that if I acquired the guard's uniform?
Oh, easily. Like you just don't won't look like Constantine. You could make yourself look like a woman. You could make yourself look like a different race or anything like that. Like it's basically says you can change height, weight, gender, and appearance with this mastery.
Great. Awesome. I might be using that then. Am I famous or anything? Could I expect this guy to recognize me?
He would not. He would not recognize you offhand.
All right. That being said, then I'm going to spend one of my four momentum for an enhancement. That +1, I would assume.
For your so that would be a +1, I do believe. I keep trying to look up momentum in the PDF, but it's like finding nothing in here, and I'm like, it's there, it's there. Players share a pool, blah blah blah. Da, da, da. Add dice equal to momentum spent to a dice pool or enable additional attempts at complex action. Oh, so it does add dice to the dice pool. I think it's Story Path Ultra that makes it so that it's an enhancement.
All right. Well, in this case, that means I just add a die, so I go from 5 to 6.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to
The
spend another
bone.
one, you can. You're the only player, so you can spend up to half of the dice pool.
You know what? Yeah, I'll do that. I'm down to 2.
Okay.
The bones are being rolled. One success.
One success. Okay, there's a you're in the middle of the security booth locker room, and you're picking the lock and in order to get someone's uniform out of a locker, and a guy about your like looking a guy coming around the corner looks at you. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing there?" And he's gonna try and he's sort of surprised seeing you there. You have the chance to knock him out at this point. He has a defense of 3, but
All right. Does it work like Chronicles, where I remove his defense from my dice pool,
no,
or is it?
it is their defense is now the difficulty of the roll, so you need to hit above their defense in order to like take them out.
All right. I'm going to use Dexterity plus Close Combat. Um, am I able to use my gymnastic specialty here?
You would have to give me an argument of how you're doing it gymnastically.
All right. I'm going to backflip over the guy's head and kick him right in the base of the neck.
Okay, go right ahead, add it in.
'All right. 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 ' 10, 10, 8. Reroll my 2 10s. Another 10. 3, 4. 4 successes.
4 successes. Hitting him in the back of the neck, you're basically you've knocked the wind out of him. He is unconscious and currently his nose is bleeding as he's hit the concrete, and like he's definitely out for the count at the moment.
All right. Is he around my size?
Doesn't matter, but he is definitely we'll say give or take a few inches around your size.
I'm gonna steal his uniform, and I'm gonna put him in one of these lockers.
Okay. Roll me another dexterity. Sorry, cunning plus larceny, just to hide the body well.
Right. That is a failure. I got 0 successes.
Okay. You managed to like get the locker set up, but like the door just isn't closing properly. You're going to get a momentum out of it, but you should probably deal with this pretty quickly if you want to get him get an accident to happen before anyone realizes that some security guard is sticking out of a locker.
Screw it. Any containers I could put him in, like a dumpster, laundry cart, anything closed?
If you'd like to spend a inspiration, sorry, for dramatic editing, you can. I would say 2 inspiration. I will say that you do have a thing called no surprises. Once
Dang, that's a lot.
once per session, you can use dramatic editing and reduce the cost by 2.
I'm trying to find it.
It is in
There it is, under
masteries.
masteries.
Yeah, I've got you.
All right, I'm going to use no surprises, so that means I would need to spend 1 inspiration.
You don't even have to. There's a garbage can now.
All righty. He's getting gently placed in the garbage can where he can take a nighty night, and I'm going to wipe up the blood.
Okay, quick and easy. You're all set and raring to go on that. Time is passing as things are going on, so you'll need to track down the your snake guy, Viper, but he's still in the park as far as you know.
All right, first things first, I'm going to use Leshy, spend an inspiration, and make sure this uniform fits me perfectly.
Okay. You are perfect. You are perfectly in the zone, as it were. You have this beautiful outfit, costume, whatever uniform, and you are fit for it. The clothes make the man, and now you've made the clothes fit you. What am I
Awesome.
saying?
So, this guy's probably at the reptile house. I'm going over there right now.
Okay. Roll me a. So actually, I won't make you roll. You do find Jones, Dr. Jones. She is currently at the reptile house. You can tell it's her because of her name tag, but her associate that was supposedly visiting her is not with her. It seems.
Alrighty. I'm going to patrol the area nearby to see if I can overhear anything about this. It's possible he hasn't shown up yet, so I don't want to jump the gun and run off.
Okay. I would say cunning, larceny, cunning, enigmas, probably.
Cunning plus enigmas. All right, and I'm going to spend 1 momentum to get an extra die. So I'm down to 2 again. Well, this is a lot of 6s. 0 successes.
0 successes. Okay. Hear someone talking and saying, so you're gonna get a momentum out of this. You do hear someone asking the doctor where her friend went, and she does say, "Oh, he was here for a bit, but he went for a snack over at the Mouse House, and I think he might be heading out soon after."
All right, I'm going to directly head over to where the mice are.
Okay. Um, you see a little kid crying outside. He's just he ate them. He just picked them up and ate them.
Bingo. I'm going to head over to that little kid, bend down, give him a big old smile, and say, "Hey there, buddy. What's wrong?" I'm rolling manipulation plus persuasion.
Go for it. I will say complication of 1 that the kid is a little bit incoherent.
All right. That is 1 success.
1 success. He's like, the bad man, he was just here and he was good. He's gonna eat us all. He's so hungry.
Where'd he go, kid?
He said something about going to the botanical garden. And one thing about the Bronx Zoo is it is also connected to what is known as used to be known as the Bronx Botanical Garden. Now it's called the New York Botanical Garden.
Okay, great. I've got a place. I'm going to make my way over to the botanical garden as fast as I can, but rather than go in, I am going to look for any sort of climate control apparatus.
In the botanical garden, or what do you mean?
I imagine this botanical garden must be climate controlled separately from the rest of the zoo.
So the immediately the botanical garden is mostly outdoor. It does have an arboretum, and it does have a interior section that is a God. What do they call it? It's like a greenhouse, but it's not a greenhouse. Um, there's this giant building in the center that's made out of glass. Botanical Garden Bronx map. Should just say map. It's not a conservatory. It might be a conservatory, but I am. If you didn't know, I have been to these places, which is I know so much about it, and it's taking forever to load the damn map. Of course. Okay, it is the. It's the library. It is the conservatory. Okay, there is the conservatory that has climate controlled environments.
All right. I'm going to first off, I'm going to when I get to the conservatory, I'm going to scope it out to see if this guy's anywhere near the conservatory. I have an idea to make it look like an accident if he is, but if he isn't, then that ain't useful.
Okay, roll me cunning plus survival.
Let's see. I don't have survival, but I do have a security guard uniform. Might I, for example, go to where the security cameras might be for the botanical garden? Or are they far off?
Um, let's say they're close by in this area. However, and I have as a story guide, I must tell you this: you are wearing a security guard outfit for a zoo, not for a botanical garden.
Dang, in that case, that's not going to be worth anything. So I'll just, in that case, I'll take, you said cunning plus survival?
Cunning plus survival.
right, I don't have any survival, so I'll spend. I have 3 momentum. Can I spend 2 for a dice bonus?
Yes.
All right. Come on, dice, don't fail me now. Yes. 8, 9, and 10. Reroll my 10. That's a 6. So 3 successes.
3 successes. Awesome. So you're going to immediately be able to figure out that he is hanging out in the desert environment, which is the dry, arid environment, towards the it's like 3 or 4 rooms over. The way the conservatory is set up is that there's a room, there's a door, it goes to a hallway, that's another room that's a specific biome, and then it goes like around in like a U shape. So he is
All
like
right.
right here in that U shape.
So is he in the conservatory then?
He is.
All righty. And what's he doing in particular?
He seems to be basking in the desert air and sort of smelling the proverbial roses, but in this case, it's mostly succulents and cacti and other more deserty fauna that I do not recall the names of.
All right. In that case, let's get ourselves to wherever I can turn the temperature down.
Okay.
Uh, if if possible, I would like to see if they've got a rooftop unit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if I can get up there and mess with it.
Okay. We'll say it's easy enough to get onto a rooftop unit, and I will say you need to do, let's say, in a technology check, and I'll let you use cunning for that.
3. Okay. Let's see if anything I have would be useful for this. All right. I'm just gonna roll my 4 then. All right.
No worries.
Don't fail me now. 2 successes, one's a 10, re-rolling that 10. That was a 1, so just the 2 successes.
2 successes. So you managed to get access to the climate control completely. You're turning it up, or turning it down.
I'm going to turn it down as low as it goes in the desert area.
Okay, you crank it all the way down. Uh, Snowflakes begin coming out of the unit as the area gets suddenly very chilly. You can see the guy that was the Viper as he was basking in the rays start to begin to his eyes begin to widen. Um, Something weird's going on with his contacts. Like normally, like he has like normal eyes, but you see this weird like yellowishness coming from underneath whatever blue contact lenses he was using. Um, he as if a shock of realism is going through his spine. He begins to try running towards one of the exits, but he begin to slow down, and he's kind of stumbling.
I'm going to rush to the exit that he's heading towards and lock it.
Hey, he is banging on the door. He's like, "Let me out!" Other people have gone out the other way as soon as the snow came. Like they went out the side entrances and things like that. He is not over there at the moment. But people have left the area. He is alone.
All right, is he so he's by the door but and alone.
Yes.
All right. Uh I'm going to head over there, and since he's already beaten me, no need to run. But I'm going to go over there and I'm going to make a big show of doing my best to help. but I am going to be locking the door while pretending otherwise.
Okay. I'll give
So,
it to you for that.
so since I'm trying to convince him that I am trying to help while locking the door, uh, can that be manipulation plus athletics?
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Three, one's a 10. Reroll, that's a 1. 3 successes.
3 successes. You managed to do it quite expertly. No one, like, if the security camera is looking at you right now, no one's going to notice what you just did. He hasn't even realized what you did.
All right. So now that I need to extend the show until he begins hibernation.
Yeah, he quickly succumbs to basically being like frozen solid. So like he's there, like you're holding on to him, and he is like falling to the ground. He's at like basically right now completely um at your mercy, as it were.
All right. I want to ask,
Yes,
do I know if the cold will kill him or if he is simply hibernating and that's that?
he is simply hibernating. So there, like you would have to find some other way of like it could be maybe some um how much of a hint do you want? Because I can give you a big hint, I can give you a small hint.
I have an idea.
Yes.
I brought a rat with me.
Yes.
I'm going to take him to a blind spot in the security camera,
Yep.
unwrap that rat, and shove it as far down his throat as I can.
Hmm. Okay. I would say, what would that be? Medicine? That would be like what how would you argue this for what are you doing? Like you're trying to close his airway, right? Is what I'm getting?
Um, how about might plus athletics?
Yeah, let's do it. We're at the end of this stream almost.
All right, 6. 2 tens. Reroll those. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, you managed to shove it down in there. There is a thing, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Reference Trinity. I usually have like reference sheets for everything. There's one for Trinity Continuum I have where it's like this is for when you're trying to kill someone because you created an opportunity, and because you have that opportunity, it becomes easier for you to kill this guy. One, you have the security guard uniform. Two, you have the rat, and three, you have the snow. So basically, you've created an instant kill scenario for taking this guy out. How would you explain you're killing this guy?
So I'm going to shove the rat as far down his throat as possible. My idea here is that I'm going to close off his airway and suffocate him to death in a way that cannot be identified as unnatural since this man is a mouse eater.
Mm-hmm. Fair. So there's a gargling as he falls slump to the ground.
Nighty night, Viper, I say, is right before he goes.
and he collapses.
I'm going to slip out.
Okay. Roll me. I'll say you don't even need to roll. You slip out expertly. You can see the botanical garden security guards coming to check on this guy. Um, Time of death, noon, lunchtime, uh, and you expertly leave. Get a notification on your phone of from your one of the service members asking if you need any assistance.
Exfiltration would be nice. I'm currently wearing a security guard uniform, so a uh, non-suspicious way of exit would be nice.
They get you a botanical garden, not botanical garden, a Bronx Zoo um, security truck or maintenance truck that you're able to take out. Someone drives by, leaves it in perfect view for you to just like walk up, turn the key in the ignition, and drive off.
And
The
I do exactly that.
drive off into the sunset. And that is it for the Trinity Continuum one shot. What do you think about Trinity Continuum?
Well, at base, it is very similar to Chronicles of Darkness. I was reading some of the systems and I find myself intrigued by concepts like momentum. Uh, I'm mostly a storyteller, not a player. And I note that my players typically do everything within their power to not fail, obviously, including spending willpower when they do fail. So, something that incentivizes them to let a failure be, I find that intriguing.
Yeah, it's in Chronicles of Darkness. You would roll. You'd have to resolve your virtue or vice or whatever the equivalent is for changeling or werewolf, like blood and bone and needle and thread. And in this one, you just have to fail a roll, basically, which makes things a lot more interesting, in my opinion, because you actually do have that thing where you were saying, like, it incentivizes you to fail a little bit more than, say, Chronicles, because in Chronicles, you fail, you get XP, but some players are like, well, if I fail and I get XP, like, I could have just passed and also get XP or something else, things like that.
Yeah, from a narrative perspective, failure creates opportunity. So anything that incentivizes a character, well, a player, to not obsess over doing the absolute best job possible and being willing to mess up and take the punches as they come, I find that interesting.
Hmm, awesome. And something you didn't see that was behind the scenes is Trinity Continuum Assassins has a thing called black boxes, and what these black boxes are they are essentially it's a timeline of events that are going to occur as thing like the reason the guy went from the zoo to the botanical garden was because in the timeline after you've rolled like a certain number of rolls and you hit that number timeline progresses. And that's so if, for instance, you were setting up opportunities in the zoo, like wearing the zoo security guard uniform, that opportunity would have been removed. I did allow it in the end just because of time, but it would have removed it normally.
Fair enough. That sounds a lot like the clocks and Blades in the Dark.
Exactly. Very similar. And I think it's supposed to be there are 5 rolls you can do before the clock ticks. Some rolls I think are more consequential. Like if you're rolling for a perception check, I'm not gonna count that against you really. But also you're one player instead of a team of 4 or 5, so I did limit it that way a little.
Yeah, I get that. Well, thank you. This was a lot of fun. Very
Yeah,
educational.
thank you for coming, and I'm glad to take on any new players whenever the whenever it that comes up. Some last minute housekeeping stuff. We do have the crowdfunding for Abyssals. Um, they're currently at 112,000 of their 30,000 goal. This might be. Oh no, it's not done yet because I'm sorry. The email I was sent was a little bit old, but so that's still up. It's in their Indiegogo. I don't think there's a thing of showing of like pressing a bot or anything like that. I'll just toss that in there. That's the link to it. Additionally, Onyx Path game weekend is December 29th of 2000 of this month. You can go there. Let's see what else we got here. You can go on Start Playing to sign up for that. Um, Additionally, there's a promotion for Laboratory of the Diabolical Doctor, which is a November tasty bit for Trinity Continuum Adventure. And I think that's it for any of the promotional stuff here. So, Kenny, would you like to sign off first and give your socials?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yeah, if you want to hit me up, I am on Twitter as at Dr. Chrononaut, DrChrononaut. And I am also on Blue Sky at at a very similar link if it'll ever load.
It's usually like
At
blue sky dot.
yeah, at just at drchrononaut.bsky.social.
Awesome. For me, I'm the Awkward GM Corbin. You can find me on YouTube. I toss my link in the Twitch. Additionally, I just put out a video about evil corporations in Chronicles of Darkness, so please check that out. Um, Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Now
Bye,
let's
everybody.
bye. Transition it over and mute my mic. That always works.